601 positive COVID-19 cases involving foreigners recorded so far. Indicators need to be looked at before MCO can end. Good afternoon, thanks for joining us, and you're watching Updates at Noon. I'm Jessica Lee. There are 601 positive COVID-19 cases involving foreigners detected in the country so far. Of the total, 356 cases are being treated, 242 cases have recovered, while 3 deaths were reported. Health Director General Datuk Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah said they comprise tourists, foreign workers, refugees and asylum seekers, with Indonesians leading in terms of nationality with 108 cases, followed by Filipinos 104 cases, Bangladeshis 63 cases, Indians 60 cases and Pakistanis 51 cases.
Yang dikaitkan dengan penularan COVID-19 di asrama pekerja. Ini dilaporkan telah menyumbang kepada lebih daripada 50% keseluruhan kes positif COVID-19 di negara tersebut. Mengambil iktibar daripada situasi ini dan memandangkan Malaysia juga mempunyai ramai pekerja asing, langkah-langkah perlu diambil bagi mencegah penularan COVID-19 khususnya di kalangan warga asing.
In this regard, he stressed that employers using foreign labour should be responsible to ensure preventive measures are taken. This included safe social distancing to prevent workers from gathering in confined spaces and avoid too many workers from congregating. Meanwhile, the Health Ministry will be cooperating with the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, or UNHCR, to ensure refugees and asylum seekers are covered in the government's prevent and control activities. Meanwhile, Datuk Dr. Nur Hisham said several indicators need to be looked at before the MCO can end. Now, this includes a reduction of COVID-19 cases still being treated.
Tapi kalau kes ini berkurangan, maksudnya kita ada pengurangan kes jangkitan di komuniti antara seorang dengan seorang. Jadi itu adalah salah satu faktor. Yang kedua ialah kita menggunakan surveillance. Surveillance yang kita laksanakan daripada bulan Januari itu melihat kepada kes-kes ID dan kes sari di dalam komuniti.
Datuk Dr. Nur Hisham said the capacity for fast and accurate clinical testing, as well as the MOH's ability to accommodate patients, are among the issues the ministry needs to deal with for the MCO to end. The COVID-19 pandemic was among the main issues discussed between Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin and his Australian counterpart Scott Morrison during a meeting yesterday. Apart from the pandemic, Tan Sri Muhyiddin also received a call from Scott Morrison and also talked about bilateral ties, including furthering trade interests of both countries. In a posting on Facebook and Twitter, Tan Sri Muhyiddin reiterated Malaysia's commitment to strengthen existing ties with Australia, apart from looking to explore new potential areas in various fields. He said Morrison also congratulated him on his appointment as the Prime Minister of Malaysia. Tan Sri Muhyiddin was appointed the 8th Prime Minister of Malaysia on the 29th of February. The Home Ministry, KDN, will set up a task force involving several relevant ministries to discuss the control of the country's borders for the Post-Movement Control Order, or MCO. The Minister, Datuk Sri Hamzah Zainuddin, said it was important to monitor the movement of individuals who might try to exit and enter Malaysia without following the proper routes and risking the people's health even after the MCO had been lifted. The Minister said the task force, which include the Environment and Water Ministry, would study the matter under the purview of other relevant ministries.
Maka sebab itu kita tak boleh buat sendiri dan kita perlukan kementerian yang saya maksudkan tadi. Kita perlukan mereka juga untuk bekerjasama dengan kita sebab sungai, air ini di bawah tanggungjawab kementerian lain. Maka sebab itu biarlah kita pastikan tang kuasa ini nanti kita bincang. Selepas itu akan saya umumkan bagaimana caranya untuk kita perketatkan sepadan kita.
The minister was met after observing the Malaysian Thailand border situation in Tumpat and Pasir Mas. Asked whether the government would expedite the construction of the Malaysia Thailand border wall to curb smuggling activities as proposed several years ago, he said the matter would be brought to the cabinet meeting soon. Commenting on the increasing number of people who opted to use domestic air services during the MCO, he said the government would improve the standard operating procedure SOP at the airports. The veterans of the Malaysian Armed Forces will receive 500 ringgit special financial assistance through the Prihatin Rakyat Economic Stimulus Package. Defence Minister Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob said the one-off assistance would be provided to about 179,198 non-pensionable ex-servicemen, involving an allocation of 89.5 million ringgit. However, the payments do not involve non-pensioners next of kin.
Pembayaran bagi mereka yang baru mendaftar akan kita buat mulailah hari ini sehingga ke 31 Oktober 2020. Jadi saya harap mana-mana anggota veteran yang tidak berpencen segera mendaftarkan diri dengan JHEV dan kalau boleh sebelum 31 bulan Oktober, kerana selepas itu kita tidak membuat bayaran lagi.
The ATM Veterans Affairs Department, or JHEV, will handle these payments to affected ATM veterans starting 23rd of April, which will be deposited into their bank accounts. The medical consultant expert team sent by the Chinese government will arrive in Malaysia today. Now, the team, consisting of 8 medical experts from different fields, will be sharing with Malaysian medical experts and personnel about their experience in combating COVID-19. The Chinese embassy posted the updates on its Facebook page yesterday, along with the doctors' photos and profiles. The team will be led by Dr. Li Jun, Chief Physician of the Integrated Chinese and Western Emergency Medicine and Vice President of Guangdong Provincial Hospital of Traditional Chinese Medicine. The others include Associate Chief Physician of the Intensive Care Unit at Guangdong Provincial People's Hospital, Dr. Wen Miao Yun, Director of the Nosocomial Infection Control Department, Dr. Zhang Yuping, and Associate Chief Physician of Respiratory and Critical Medicine Department, Dr. Yang Shifang. The rest are Associate Chief Physician of Infection Department, Dr. Luo Xiaodan, Senior Psychologist, Dr. Liu Xiangxin, Chief Physician of Guangdong Provincial Center for Disease Control and Prevention, Dr. Liu Tao, and Associate Chief Technician in Virology and Deputy Director of General Study Office of Guangdong Provincial Institute of Public Health, Dr. Sun Jiu Feng. Of 2,544 Foodpanda riders nationwide will now get protection under the Self-Employed Social Security Scheme, or SKSPS, with contribution from Foodpanda Malaysia. The company's managing director, Sayantas Das, said the contribution amounting to 199,958 ringgit has been handed over to the Social Security Organisation, or SOCSO, in appreciation of Foodpanda riders, as well as a commitment for their welfare by giving them social security protection in the event of an accident while at work. In a statement last night, he said the health and safety of the riders are the company's priority. Early last year, the company had launched an insurance policy not only to protect riders on duty but for 24 hours a day. In the same statement, SOCSO Chief Executive Datuk Sri Dr. Muhammad Azman Aziz Muhammad said the cooperation with the leading online food delivery platform company is a progressive approach to expand the social security network among self-employed food delivery riders. Tekun Nasional has so far received 7,681 applications for the COVID Business Recovery Financing Scheme, or CBRM, from entrepreneurs, especially small and medium-sized enterprises, or SMEs, affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. Entrepreneur Development and Cooperatives Minister Datuk Sri Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jaafar said the agency had facilitated the applications for the loans, initially by using Google Form and by email. In a statement yesterday, the minister said an applicant only needs to include minimal documents, namely a signed declaration form and latest 1-month bank statement, copy of applicants and spouse's MyCard, Companies Commission of Malaysia or local authorities business license, or other official documents as proof of business, and a copy of the applicant's utility bill. The minister was responding to allegations of overly restrictive conditions imposed on COVID-19 affected SMEs that made it difficult for them to apply for the Special Assistance Facility. He cited several reasons for the delay in approving applications, such as application documents not included, incomplete information on the application form, and multiple applications. Another reason, he said, was a movement control order which restricted the mobility for Tekun Nasional staff to come to the branch offices, as applicants must sign an agreement after their applications had been approved. Now, Bursa Malaysia Berhad has appointed Tan Sri Abdul Wahid Omar as its non-executive chairman effective 1st of May, succeeding Datuk Shireen and Zahara Muhyiddin. In a statement yesterday, Bursa Malaysia said Tan Sri Abdul Wahid had been appointed by Finance Minister Tengku Datuk Sri Zafrul Abdul Aziz under Section 10, Subsection 1A of the Capital Markets and Services Act 2007. The statement said Tan Sri Abdul Wahid has extensive corporate experience leading major organizations in the areas of infrastructure development, telecommunications, financial services and investment management. Tan Sri Abdul Wahid is currently chairman of Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia since November 2018. He served as Group Chairman of Pemodelan Nasional Berhad, or PNB, from August 2016 to June 2018. After completing his term as a senator and minister in the Prime Minister's Department in charge of economic planning from June 2013 to June 2016. Prior to his cabinet appointment, Tan Sri Abdul Wahid was the President and Chief Executive Officer, or CEO, of Maybank from May 2008. He also served as the chairman of the Association of Banks in Malaysia from May 2009 to June 2013. He was also the Group CEO of Telekom Malaysia Berhad TM from July 2004 until its demerger with Axiata Group Berhad in April 2008, and a former Managing Director or CEO of UEM Group Berhad from 2001 to 2004. The Health Ministry, MOH and National Security Council, NSC, will discuss a movement control order MCO exit strategy to ensure that sports activities can resume in the country. Health Director General Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah said the NSC would decide if sports activities could resume or not, and that the ministry would give its indication as well as advice regarding the matter.
Kita belum tentukan, itu akan ditentukan oleh Majlis Keselamatan Negara, tetapi ada nasihat-nasihat ataupun indikasi-indikasi yang akan diberikan oleh Kementerian Kesihatan dan kita akan bincang bersama. Jadi kita belum bincang lagi exit strategy.
Dr. Nur Hisham said this in reply to a question regarding the ministry's recommendation in setting a fixed time frame before allowing sports activities in the country to resume as normal. He reiterated that among the guidelines that needed to be complied with currently were to avoid mass gatherings and to practice social distancing in a bid to break the chain of COVID-19 transmissions. And that's it for this afternoon. In our top story, 601 positive COVID-19 cases involving foreigners recorded so far. And don't forget to wash your hands regularly, practice social distancing, and most of all, let's adhere to the movement control order and just stay at home. The News on 2 comes on at 7 this evening. Join me again. I'm Jessica Lee. Thanks for watching.